You are familiar with the problem? You possess different devices and end users that you wish to connect while in the vehicle?
Exactly. We can use cigarette lighters, standard sockets, or for example, there are already Schuko sockets in very new vehicles. Or
the optimum solution is our MagCode magnetic plug connection. Here I can connect our end consumers once in the vehicle, but I can also use it to charge the battery from the outside as an external feed. So it's an optimal solution. Electrical connections on the car via plugs, etc. We have a really good tip here, namely our MagCode magnetic sockets. I have a sample here. It's not for sale, it's just a sample. You can see that as soon as they make contact, it activates. The connection is made. Also important for you, if you want to check power somewhere in the vehicle, you can't do it at the contacts because power only flows when the plug is in and the two magnets attract. We differentiate between two types in this system, the standard MagCode with a magnetic closure. Then there's the MagCode Pro, which includes an extra locking feature in addition to the magnetic closure.
that means with the MagCode system, I could just drive off as it separates without anything happening. With the Pro, I should unlock it first.
For example, this is used for battery maintenance in fire vehicles or THW, or if I have something installed in a personnel transport vehicle and the guys have to walk through, they won't get stuck and pull the seat out. Instead, just a plug falls off and nothing can break. The MagCode Pro includes this locking mechanism. This connector comes in two types, MagCode and MagCode Pro, and also in two voltages, 12 volts and 24 volts. What's interesting here is that I have a 12-volt consumer in the truck at the 24-volt socket and I want to plug it in. This might not be ideal for the device, so here we have a 24-volt socket. What do we see? They don't connect. What was done simply? The two magnets were swapped, meaning they can't click together anymore like here, but instead repel each other. That's the safety feature implemented. When it comes to the current that can flow, we have 15 amps here with the standard MagCode and 25 amps with the MagCode Pro. This is already a really impressive performance, especially when compared to a cigarette lighter plug. Indeed.
You could also connect a more powerful charger for shorter charging times.
And what is also very important is that it has protection class 9K at the rear. It's protected against steam jets, meaning it can't be damaged by water. We have one more. We also have an additional cover. Yes, it's available optionally, which I can slide over, and then I would have a lid on top if I want.
That wouldn't be a bad idea, especially if it's outside.
Yes, if it's in the open air. Speaking of open air, I have a problem with my vehicle where it keeps saying the second battery is weak because I have consumers connected, including a cooler that I don't always turn off. So I said a solution is necessary. Every time I have to lift the hood and hook up the charger. I reached out to my favorite mechanic for help. He will now explain what he has installed in my vehicle.
Exactly. Good advice from Jens to check under the hood or see where my second battery is. In many vehicles today, it's quite complicated to know where everything is installed. There are so many devices involved. I have this classic starter battery in the front and maybe another second battery in the back. That's the case in this vehicle as well. Here at the front, it's classic just as you know it. My starter battery and the second battery you spoke of are located under the driver's seat. But where can we install a connector that is both simple and easily accessible? We certainly don't want to leave a door ajar, as that would turn the light back on. Instead, we have placed the socket underneath the vehicle and run the cable. Now we will demonstrate this to you. This is individual for each vehicle. You can simply check how it fits best in your vehicle. Here we have established our charging connection at the back of our second battery, and here we have a charger for it. By default, the red and black terminal clamps are usually attached. Jens has already prepared that. In the meantime, I screwed on the MagCode connectors. Inside here, we have reconnected the positive and negative terminals once more.
It's very important to always check the vehicle to ensure you bring the right charger. Do I have an AGM battery installed? For example, where these parts are often used with motorcycles, do I have a lithium-ion battery installed? Then the charger must be compatible.
Yes, there are so many battery types. Please be cautious and understand what is necessary and what charger you need. And now we have the plug attached, allowing us to connect our charger to the electricity supply. This can be in our garage, in the workshop, at the firehouse, or wherever I install something like this. So I've installed it securely, can leave it there, and always have a solid and safe connection. Now let's lift the car. We'll show you the socket from underneath.
Yes, indeed.
In this location, we have installed our socket. The cable has been routed all the way to this point. In this case, we also installed the Pro system. I'm opening the socket now. What I mean is the protective cover of the socket, which you have already demonstrated. We can simply connect it now. That's it. In other words, we now only need to plug our charger into the power supply and adjust the settings on the charger we currently have here.
And then it would work again. And most importantly, I would have an absolute luxury car, as these systems come standard in luxury sedans and sports cars. This means you will find it standard in absolute luxury brands, although it is also standard in another group of manufacturers.
Or also in the truck sector, actually also for appliances. The good thing about us, as you just said, is that we have everything. We also have the individual parts. That means you can, for example, I only need one of the plug. I have the socket in my vehicle and need to connect another device, so you can just buy the plug, for example.
Or vice versa, I now have several devices that I want to connect to my vehicle's outlet. This means I would have the outlet installed and need multiple plugs to connect to various devices. But it's truly a fantastic system. It supports 25 amps in the professional sector and is fully waterproof. I did that in my car.